All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. All right. Yeah, man. This is it. Yeah, it's Saturday, April 20, and I'm so excited to be here. Had our the first Diamond League happened this morning in China. Talk about that. Later on, we have a special guest joining us as he will talk to us about the Jamaica Premier League playoffs that are coming up starting on Monday. We had a world record in the Diamond League this morning. Excitement. Listen, yesterday the Jamaica, ISA under 19 hockey finals took place. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about some things going on with the JFF, some big things happening with the JFF and their marketing. So we'll talk about that as well. But it's an exciting show lined up for you. If you'd like to participate in the show, please send me a WhatsApp at 997-3125. And you can join us on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. Yeah. And of course, we do Sports Talk every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. So if you're interested in sports, this is the place to be on a Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. And I'm so excited to share with you what's happening in the world of sports globally. And of course, we, zoom into what's happening in Jamaica. But yeah, exciting Saturday. A lot of primary school track meets going on. The Velocity Fest will happen, I believe, later on as well. So, this is really where the track and field kind of comes in, takes over-ish. But we still focus on the other sports as they're as important to us. The West Indies women, they played Pakistan earlier this week, and we'll talk about the upcoming match that they have as well, or the upcoming matches that they have. So lots and lots to talk about as usual, so we'll do that. Yeah, very excited in terms of just overall that NBA playoffs, those start as well. And even though my team is no longer in the competition, we still give you what's happening. And some people, Team Rebirth, team still in the competition. So, of course, we'll still have to keep them posted. Still have to keep the people posted on what's going on. Vinetta Scott, good afternoon. How are you? Yeah, so that's what's up in the world of sports for this week. So, of course, we start with our sports highlights. Usually, we start our sports highlights with the Jamaica Premier League, but because we have the special feature on the playoffs coming later on in the show, we'll start our sports highlights with something else. But let's kick off our sports highlights now. All right, so we start our sports highlights with the Diamond League. Diamond League happened, yeah, man. When some people weren't they sleeping this morning? Yeah, man. Diamond League was taking place in China. So the first exciting news out of the Diamond League this morning, Mondo Duplantis in the men's pole vault. He broke the world record. And I know if you're wondering, Mondo holds the world record. So the world record was 6.23 meters. It is now 6.24 meters. So he's broken the world record by 1 centimeter. Listen, today is April 20. And I want to know, from Mondo, if it is that he is breaking a world record on April 20, at this point, it's him against the bar and how far he can go in terms of height. That's pretty, because why? Why is Mondo jumping 6.24 meters in April? in April. Today is April. Like people, there are people who haven't even opened their season as yet in terms of just track and field in general. And and he jumped 6.24 meters. So, I mean, I didn't, honestly, I didn't get to watch, the meet, all of the meet this morning. I saw highlights from the meet. But yeah, it was interesting to see him going after the world record so early in the season and getting the world record so early in the season. It means that, as I said, it's just like how high will he go for, like, it's him against the Bayern and everybody else is really competing for the silver and bronze in Paris. I mean, barring any injury or anything like that. But it was good to see that happening. We also had some other Jamaicans taking part rather in the Diamond League this morning. So it was good to see Christoph Brown back on the world stage, I will call it. He jumped 2.20 meters in the men's high jump to finish 7th. Not a bad start, I think, to a season. I don't think Christoph would have jumped internationally for the better part of about 5 to 6 years now. So to see him go out and get 2.2 meters, still very early in the season, then it's really looking as if he will be able to make that Olympic standard. And the Olympic standard in terms of high jump for men, it's 2.23 meters. So he's just 3 meters off, and he has until June 30 to get to that mark to qualify for the Olympics this year. It would be really nice if Christoph would be able to participate or, in the Olympics this year to get at least the Olympic qualifying standard mark. He's been through a lot of injuries. And I say it was good to see him out today and putting on what I thought was a pretty decent performance. In the women's shot put, Danielle Thomas Dodd, she threw 18.76 meters and should have finished 8th in that competition. I mean, right, she would have finished 8th in the competition. It's, as I said, it's still pretty early season for most of our athletes. Danielle, she would have participated in the World Indoor Championships that took place in Glasgow earlier this year. So good to see her making her outdoor appearance for the season so far. In the women's 100-meter hurdles, world champion Danielle Williams, she placed 4th in 12.56 seconds, while another Jamaican, Megan Tapple, she placed, 8th, my bad, can't count, 8th in 12.88 seconds. All right, moving on to where we had another Jamaican participating this morning. And then we'll talk about one of the upsets in the Diamond League this morning. In the men's 110-meter hurdles, defending Olympic champion Hansa Parchment, he finished 5th in 13.33 seconds. And for Hansa to begin his season on 13.33 seconds, I think it's just an excellent marker. It means to me that he isn't right. It seems to me that he is in good condition so far. I mean, he did say in the press conference that he wasn't sure in terms of where he is in his training for. So for him to be like, still figuring out where the training is going as he aims towards the Paris Olympics and going in as the defending champion and starting his season at 13.33 seconds. I mean, I'm looking forward to see if he'll be able to go better than his personal best this season, which is 12.94 seconds. So, yeah, another Jamaican was in the field, Orlando Bennett. He ran 8th on 13.58 seconds. Again, still early season. This was the first Diamond League for the season. So, you had some up performances, some non-performances, but yeah. In the men's 100 meter, where we also had Jamaicans participating, Akeem Blake, he finished third in 10.20 seconds. And he finished behind the Americans Christian Coleman, who won in 10.13 seconds, and Fred Curley, who won in 10.17 seconds. Rohan Watson, another Jamaican, was in the field. He finished fourth in a season's best of 10.27 seconds. And another Jamaican, Ewan Blake, finished ninth in 10.43 seconds. So again, as I said, this is still early season. It's good to see Akeem Blake, Rowan Watson making the trip out to China. These are youngsters in the track and field. I mean, Ron Watson, he just came to the fore, probably last year, and Akeem Blake the year before. And as I remember Ron Watson, I remember what happened in terms of a competition on television where Rowan Watson was to be identified as one of the athletes. And I found it so strange that somebody who would have broke onto the scene last year, be put in a competition like that. But, interesting. Right. So, and as I said, I would say the upset of this morning, if you want to call it upset, let's talk about that. In the 200-meter women race, Tori Lewis, young Australian Tori Lewis, she set a meeting record of 22.96 meters, beating the US, or should I say world champion from last year, Sha'Carri Richardson, that came second in 22.99. Again, I said this is, and I will reiterate this, that this is still early in the season for most of these athletes. Most of them just running their first, second, hardly third race for the season. So we look forward to see what will come, how they will perform for the rest of the time. I believe the next Diamond League that will come up, which is going to be in Shanghai. Trying to write. So, and that will be next week, Saturday, actually. So the first Diamond League. So they'll still be in China last week. So we'll see how it is that the athletes and how many other athletes will make the trip over to China next weekend. So of course, we'll keep you posted on the I'll keep you posted on the other Diamond Leagues as we go through. Yeah. So just, one of those things. So, of course, as I said, there are primary school not champs, but meets going on. I know one is taking place today at Kingston College. So if you're interested to see that, you can swing by. I believe it's the Melbourne campus that is happening at. So if you want to see the youngsters prepare for prep and primary champs, you can go and take in that meet. And of course, I believe that a Velocity Fest will be on later. And I believe that will be on YouTube, so you can check that out if you would like. All right, so we're going to go for a break and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about some more sports. As I said, some finals in terms of the ISA Under-19 hockey took place. And then, of course, we're going to talk some football. So stick and stay with us. We'll be right back here on Sports Talk on the family station, Love 101 FM.
This is a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is advising members of the public and the business community to be vigilant when receiving potable water. Water supplied to citizens and the business community should be from the National Water Commission, NWC, or a source approved by the ministry. Before water is received, consumers should observe whether the vehicle, including the water holding containers, hose, and fittings, are clean. Ensure that the water is not discolored and that there is no odor or foreign matter in the water. Businesses, where possible, should do additional quality checks. If the quality of the water is in doubt, consumers are advised to treat the water by boiling or adding bleach. That was a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
It's time for you to win big with your Credit Unions of Jamaica Access Plus Debit MasterCard. Yes, every swipe, every spend brings you closer to not just rewards, but a chance to a new life experience. Introducing Access the Access Plus Water. Just use your Access Plus Debit MasterCard and every 3,000 Jamaican dollars spent earns you points to win big. We're talking iPhone, Amazon gift cards, and even a paradisiac trip to Cancun, Mexico. Every purchase you make is a new chance to win. Transform your everyday life with just a swipe. Start swiping and start winning with your Credit Unions of Jamaica Access Plus Debit MasterCard. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
It's the biggest show in town, and you know how it goes. You have got to be in the number when the best dressed chicken fun in the sun is keeping. Saturday, April 20th at the National Stadium, 10 a.m. in the Stadium Car Park and National Arena. Come for the freeness, free eye check, free dental check, free general health check, free. Fun in the sun, children and bike show out of this world, me heart. Nervous like what? Just pay for the food at the food court and you're good. Then the stadium gates will open at 2 p.m. for the big concert at 4 p.m. where the niceness continues. Love 101 FM, the family station, is all about family, fun, food, and the message of love and spreading the word of God. Come see Kirk Franklin, Toby Mack, Kevin Downswell, Jermaine Edwards, Petra K, and more. It a go nice, it a go shot, it a go turn up. So come on over to the National Stadium, Saturday, April 20th, sunny day, in the best dressed chicken fun in the SON.
Oh God.
There's no one like you who gave their life like you and who paid our price like you say. There's only one.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And we continue with giving you updates as the sporting events that would have happened this week. So yesterday at the Mona AstroTurf, the ISA Under-19 hockey finals and third place playoffs took place. And we'll give you the results from that. Wolmer's, they defeated the Queen's High School to win bronze in that competition. Goals scored by Gabriel Walker. Kingston College, they defeated Denby High School 2-1. Goal scorers Ade Hugo Thomas and Nathaniel Duffus, and Denby goal scorer was Zachary Eubanks. So Kingston College, they were bronze medalists in the under-19 hockey tournament. In the girls' finals, Immaculate Conception High School, they defeated the St. Andrew High School for girls to be crowned champions. The score in that match was 1-0. The goal scorer was Jadane Hamilton. And of course, in the boys' finals, Jamaica College defeated Monroe College 1-0. Scores in that was Jamar Ferguson. He scored the only goal, and of course, Jamaica College. Right. So Jamaica College, Immaculate Conception, winners of the ISA Under-19 tournament, and Kingston College and Women's Girls were the third place winners. So I want to say congratulations to all of these student athletes. And of course, the competition will move on to the under-16 division, and we'll definitely keep you posted regards to that. Right. All right. So moving right along, we're going to move on to some football. Right. Before we get to football, let's talk about cricket for a while. So the West Indies women, they played their first ODI against Pakistan, and They defeated them, of course. I mean, let me not say of course, but yes, they defeated Pakistan with a brilliant performance coming from Captain Haley Matthews, who made 140 not out and also took 317. Sorry, 3 for 17. See? 3 for 17 and was named man of the match, Captain Haley Matthews. Right, so that was a good win and it was the first match of the year for the West Indies women. So it was good to see them starting their year on a winning note. And of course, tomorrow, the second one-day international will come up, and that will come up the second one-day international, of course, against Pakistan. So we look forward to see what the women will bring for tomorrow's match. Well, actually starts tonight Jamaica time, right, at about 11:30 p.m. So if you're interested in watching some women's cricket, then head on over and do that. All right. Skipping sports now, so I'm heading to football. The just concluded FA Cup semi-finals. I don't even know if I want to talk about this, but yeah, let's talk about it. My Manchester City defeated Chelsea 1-0 just moments ago in the FA Cup semi-finals, and so Manchester City, they will move on to the finals of the FA Cup. Of course, Manchester City, they don't have an opportunity to be Triple Crown champions this year, having lost in the UEFA Champions Cup earlier this week, and we'll talk about that in a little while. In terms of what happened in the English Premier League this morning, of course, we had some postponement of some games because some of the teams were participating in the FA Cup semi-finals, and so only 2 matches played in the Premier League this morning. So Brentford, they defeated Luton 5-1, and Burnley, they defeated Sheffield United 4-1. So that's what's happening in regards to the Premier League. Of course, I do believe later today, Arsenal, they will play Wolves, and tomorrow's game, Nottingham Forest will play Everton. Aston Villa, they'll play Bournemouth. Crystal Palace, they'll play West Ham. And Manchester United, they do have FA Cup duties tomorrow against Coventry. Back to the English Premier League, Liverpool, they'll play Fulham. So yeah, as we're talking about football, let's talk about what's going on in terms of the Jamaica Football Federation. They made an exciting announcement this week. I mean, for some of us within the circles, we would have seen it coming, but it's good to see that it's not official. JFF announced their partnership with 876 Stream, as 876 Stream is now the official marketing company for the JFF, right? So it will be good to see, us getting more updates in terms of just a better run of the marketing, from JFF. And of course, we would have seen 876 Stream doing work for the JFF before. So it's good to see that JFF has signed on to this partnership. It means that there are bigger and better things to come. 876 Stream is a reputable sports marketing agency, and we look forward to the work that they will do for the JFF, and we will look forward to one of the biggest things for me in terms of our local players is that you can never seem to get like a proper image. Like that's one of the biggest things for me for our local players. I don't know. You can't really get them to do like professional photo shoots, to have them like an official thing. It's always trying to, get a proper pitches always seem to be just like, like you're fighting against the world. But right. So it's good to see that they have partnered with this marketing company. And as I said, 876 Stream, they have done great work. So we look forward to this work transcending into the this transcending into the JFF, and onwards. So for the entire JFF. So not just male football, but female football, the under 20s, right down to the lower youth levels. All right, yeah. So Carolyn, thanks for this information. Immaculate, there were also winners in the table tennis competition. I believe those that happened earlier this week. Yeah, so that's good to see. Immaculate dominating in hockey, and they're dominating in table tennis. Raquel, please leave me alone. Thank you. Great. All right. So we skip on over now to the NBA and what's going on. So last week I told you that we had some playing tournaments happening in the NBA. So let me start there. So the playing tournaments would have happened, and some teams would have progressed and some teams did not. Unfortunately for me and my team, that's the Golden State Warriors, just in case you're wondering, they didn't progress to the playoffs of the NBA. So they made it to the play-in tournament, but did not make it to the playoffs. So there were other teams as well, that made it to the play-in tournament. I mean, one of those teams that won in the play-in tournament was on Tuesday, we had the play-in tournament for the Western Conference. And just in case you're trying to wonder, like, how do you separate like the Eastern from the Western? It's, the map of the United States. So the countries to the west, I can't remember countries, the states to the west. So California, Denver, those states on that side, they're the Western Conference, and the Eastern Conference, Florida, Boston, those states up here. So yeah, pretty much that's what's going on. All right, so the Lakers, they would have defeated the Pelicans in the play-in tournament 110-106, and the Kings would have defeated the Warriors 118-94. All right, so we move on now to the Eastern Conference play-in tournament. Heat, they would have defeated the Bulls 112-91, and the Pelicans defeated the Kings 105-98. And so the playoffs officially began for the Eastern Conference Finals, or Eastern Conference, just a few minutes ago. It's just about halftime for Cavaliers versus Magic. Cavaliers, they're leading the Magic 53-41. And later today, the Timberwolves, they will take on the Suns. The Knicks, they will take on the 76ers. And the Nuggets will take on the Lakers. And in tomorrow's matches, the Celtics, they will take on the Heat. The Clippers, they'll take on the Mavericks. Bucks, they'll take on the Pacers. And the Thunder, they will take on Pelicans. So, right. So we're looking forward to an exciting playoff. So know that the play-in tournament has happened, and the teams that would have come out of the play-in tournament would have been seeded in 7th and 8th. If I do remember, it's first that plays 8th, second that plays 7th, and so on and so forth. Right. So we'll keep you updated next week as to what will happen. I believe there will be maybe 3 matches in the series by the time I will be back on air next week. So we'll keep you posted as it relates to the playoffs. This is always the exciting part of the NBA, as I always say, always the exciting part of the NBA, as this is a business end of the NBA. So we're looking forward to seeing what will happen, who will make it and who will not, and the different upsets and how teams will manage their bench and just the squad overall as we get to this business end of the tournament. And if you don't watch NBA for the entire season, during the playoffs is a good time to watch as the matches are always exciting. So, yes. All right. So that's that for here now. And of course, when we come back, we'll be talking about another set of playoffs. But stay with us right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. We'll be right back here on Sports Talk.
Every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on Love 101, you're invited to listen to The Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie. There is life beyond the surface, life that is divine, life that is eternal, and you can hear the truth of God's word and go deeper in purpose. Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie, Sundays 2:30 to 3 p.m. on the family station, Love 101. It's the biggest show in town, and you know how it goes. You have got to be in the number when the best dressed chicken fun in the sun is keeping. Saturday, April 20th at the National Stadium, 10 a.m. in the Stadium Car Park and National Arena. Come for the freeness, free eye check, free dental check, free general health check, free. Fun in the sun, children and bike show out of this world, me heart. Nervous like what? Just pay for the food at the food court and you're good. Then the stadium gates will open at 2 p.m. for the big concert at 4 p.m. where the niceness continues. Love 101 FM, the family station, is all about family, fun, food, and the message of love and spreading the word of God. Come see Kirk Franklin, Toby Mack, Kevin Downswell, Jermaine Edwards, Petra K, and more. It a go nice, it a go shot, it a go turn up. So come on over to the National Stadium, Saturday, April 20th, sunny day, in the best dressed chicken fun in the SON.
There's no one like you who gave their life like you, and who paid our price like you. Say there's only one.
It's time to bounce back from that party like never before. Say goodbye to hangover blues with new Alka-Seltzer Boost. Just 2 tablets for immediate relief and a caffeine boost. Alka-Seltzer Boost is from Bayor.
Keep your career options open for local and overseas job opportunities in the booming hospitality and tourism industry with City and Guilds and ABE endorsed certification at Distinction College. Start online and face-to-face classes very soon in a career of high demand for workers globally, and get certified in housekeeping, food preparation, waitering, travel, tourism, and hospitality, bartending and mixology, customer service, call center, cake baking and decorating, airline ticketing. No subjects required, no age limit. Register this week and get an additional course for free. Call Distinction College at 876-356-4167 or 354-8560. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, Ocho Rios online or St. Elizabeth.
Hi. Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And I'm not sure why Raquel is in this. Yes, Raquel, how can I help you?
Hi, people.
All right, yeah, we have lots of company in the studio today, but online with me now, or joining us shortly, is the CEO, P. You know what? Owen is gonna tell us what he is, because I don't get the abbreviation correct. So, Owen, good afternoon. How are you?
What's up, Kay? I'm good, and it's PFJL.
There we go.
Professional Football Jamaica Limited.
There we go. You know how many times I've said it, and then now that you're here, I'm looking bad because I can't remember it. But Owen is the CEO of the PFLJL, right? And he is here to talk to us about what's happening in terms of the Jamaica Premier League and the playoffs, because we had Owen just when at the beginning, just before the Premier League competition started, and it's good to have him back here on the business end. I would say the business end of the
It
of the
is
season.
in every way, shape, or form. It is the business end.
All right. So first, Owen, let's tell me now how it is that the teams would have qualified to get to this stage of the competition.
Good question. I think most people don't know. Well, the format of the competition allows for us to have a regular season, which everybody plays everybody twice. So you have a 14-team league, and essentially you play 26 games because you play one team twice. And then at the end of the 26 rounds of games, the teams that are at the top 6 teams, we create a tournament and call it a playoff, and then you have the top 2 going all the way to the semi-final and the bottom 4 trying to get to the semi-final. And we found that that process has worked. Sponsors really love it because it gives you a kind of atmosphere that you probably wouldn't have had over 8 months. So this is really 30 days of high intense football between 6 of the best teams in the country.
All right. So I know. All right. So I'm going to skip beat a little because I want to talk about, now that we understand how to get to the playoffs. We know that there are 2 teams that would have joined the 12. Well, 2 teams that would have joined this year, and they now are relegated from the Premier League. Yes.
Yeah, I'm repping one of the teams. I'm in Treasure Beach. I'm repping one of the teams that were relegated this year.
All right, quick question, so that we can just, now that we know how they get to the playoffs, let's talk about how it is that the team qualifies to get into the Premier League.
Okay, so there's a tier 2 competition. It's called the JFF Championship. It's a level below the Premier League, and then what happens there is the top 2 teams from those competitions will progress, and then the bottom 2 teams from the Premier League will be relegated. So there's a promotion relegation process, and there's a league below the Premier League that allows for 2 teams to advance into the Premier League.
All right, great. Thanks for that. Because I know a lot of persons don't know how, these teams would have been promoted or relegated. Because I'm sure they've heard me talk about, the teams relegated, but like, where do they go type of thing. But it's good to have.
Very, very good question.
Yeah, all right. So let's skip now to the playoffs. So the playoffs happen for 30 days, he said.
Yeah, man. 30 days.
So go ahead.
Starts the 22nd of April. And we literally have 4 match weeks that we're executing every single week.
Right. So how it is that now, what is your job in terms of, as the CEO of PFLJL, to work alongside these different clubs, and in terms of selecting venues, how do you select neutral grounds for these teams to have these playoffs?
Yeah, good question again. I mean, we are the promoters of the league. We are the commercializing arm of the league. We are the organizers of the league. So what it simply means is how the playoff look, how it feels, what is promoted to the public. It's all us. Obviously in collaboration with the teams, because we need the teams to help to sell what is considered the playoffs. So we determine the venues ultimately with a steering committee. It's constituted of all the 6 teams that are in the playoff, with ourselves sitting at the table determining where's the best venue that is neutral, because here is an important point. The venues have to be neutral so that there's no real advantage given to any one team. So we select the best venues that are neutral. I mean, not many in our country of a certain level would be that. So, it's always between Sabina Park, National Stadium, possibly Catherine Hall, had Montego Bay made it into the quarters.
Right.
So,
right, because that's what I was going to ask you, because I'm like, I don't think that as a country, and as a country developing football, that you would, as the organizers, have a lot of pitches to to pick from. So it's almost like a give and take. Okay, maybe this week we do this because I'd want to ensure that it's neutralized across. But it's not. At some point, there might be a slight advantage to a certain team because you can't really avoid going to certain venues. So, all right. So the 6 teams now that have qualified. How it is that now they make because you move from the playoffs to having like what semifinals and a finals. All right, so we'll connect back with Owen shortly. All right, Owen, back with us. Yeah. Hold on, I'm not hearing you, Owen. If you're hearing me, I'm not hearing you. All right, so we're gonna connect back shortly with the CEO of the PFLJL, Owen Hill. He's on the line. We're gonna connect with him shortly, but he was just about to explain to us how it is that the competition works. So when they move from the playoffs, what's the next part of it? Let's see if we can connect back with Mr. Hill now. Owen, can you hear me? I'm not. All right, I'm still not hearing you, Owen. Just do me a favor, just log off and log back in for me, please, Owen, and then we'll try this again. All right, we're going to go for a break right here on Sports Talk. We'll be right back as we continue to speak with Owen Hill, CEO of the PFJL. All right, we'll be right back here on Sports Talk.
The biggest show in town, and you know how it go. You have got to be in the number when the best dressed chicken fun in the sun is keeping. Saturday, April 20th at the National Stadium, 10 a.m. in the stadium car park at National Arena. Come for the freeness, free eye check, free dental check, free general health check, free fun in the sun, children and bike show out of this world. Me heart nervous like what? Just pay for the food at the food court and you're good. Then the stadium gates will open at 2 p.m. for the big concert at 4 p.m. where the niceness continues. Love 101 FM, the family station, is all about family, fun, food, and the message of love and spreading the word of God. Come see Kirk Franklin, Toby Mack, Kevin Downswell, Jermaine Edwards, Petra K, and more. It a go nice, it a go shot, it a go turn up. So come on over to the National Stadium, Saturday, April 20th, sunny day, in the best dressed chicken fun in the SON.
Oh God. There's no one like you who gave their life like you, and who paid our price like you. Say there's only one God.
That dream bathroom stuck in your head? Join H&L Rapid True Values Meet the Experts event, Saturday, April 20 and 27. Free advice, big deals, and giveaways. Don't miss out. Doors open 8 a.m. Start right. Start here. H&L Rapid True Value. Conditions apply.
We all trust the traditional home remedies of our parents, especially when they've been passed down through generations. Benjamin's Honey Time captures the same trusted home remedy tradition in a bottle. Get relief from irritating cold symptoms, cough, and sore throat with the warm, comforting taste of honey, rum, and lime. Benjamin's Honey Time, the formula that works with the soothing taste of tradition. Benjamin's, a trusted name for over a century.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. We're trying to get back through to the CEO of the PFLJL, Owen Hill, as he was about to explain to us what's gonna happen or the upcoming playoffs in the Jamaica Premier League competition. But we're going to try to get him back on the line as he continues to explain to us what is happening in that competition. Right. But in the meantime, the playoffs, they begin next week, Monday. So we're going to hear from Mr. Hill how it is that you're able to get tickets to see the matches. And of course, people go out and support the local Premier League. I mean, the matches are always exciting. The matches are always exciting as the competition, gets interesting. And I know you can get season tickets for the competition. I know there are season tickets available. And of course, in terms of where the matches will be played, we also want to get that information from Mr. Hill as soon as he rejoins us. So, we're going to try to connect back with him. But in the meantime, we're going to get to the information so I can give you the information. And of course, when he comes back on, he'll be able to finish explaining to us what's going on. But let's get to that information for the Jamaica Premier League playoffs. Yeah. All right, so the Premier League playoff tickets, they are now available at event.qa.pid.com. And earlier I do what, and you guys can do this too, because if you're interested in the Jamaica Premier League, you can follow their channel on WhatsApp. Yeah, that's an interesting place because their updates come to that. And they actually did coach of the season nominations. They started their nominations for the coach of the season, and the coaches of the season were listed as Theodore Whitmore from Mount Pleasant, Jerome Witt from Tivoli Gardens, Jermaine Thomas from Mullines United, and Rudolph Speed from Cavalier. So that will be interested to see. So I can tell you in terms of the games coming up in the playoffs. So Arnett Gardens, they will play Portmore United. So that will happen on the 22nd and on the 28th. And they will qualify. So the game against Arnett Gardens and Portmore United, it's a 2-leg game. And they will be, so that is they qualify for the quarterfinal. Well, that will be the quarterfinal round. So they will qualify to play Cavaliers. And then Waterhouse and Tivoli Gardens, they will also play on the 22nd and the 28th in their quarterfinal round. And they will play Mount Pleasant Football Club. And of course, this would, in terms of how it works, so these teams would have finished 1st to 6th in the Jamaica Premier League. And in terms of their qualification, so I do believe it's third and fourth place, 5th and 6th. And then they will qualify to play the team that finished 1st and 2nd. So I do believe that's how it is. So it goes right up to, so on the 5th and the 12th of May, the quarterfinal winner between Arnett and Portmore United will play Cavalier, and they will have a 2-leg quarterfinal, May 5, May 12, and the winner of that match will play the semifinal on May 19. The quarterfinal winner with Waterhouse and Tivoli Gardens, and those matches played again the 22nd and the 28th, will meet Mount Pleasant, and they'll play a 2-leg two-leg quarterfinals on May 5 and 12, and then we'll have the semi-final winners playing on May 19. So the two semi-finals will happen on May 19, and then the third place playoff, which will be semi-final 1 and 2 loser, and then the championship match will take place on that day. So yeah, let me see. Yeah, so May 12, May 5, May 19, and then the finals will take place on May 5, May 12, my bad, and then the finals will take place on May 19. All right, we're going to skip for another break again, as we are going to attempt to connect back with the CEO of the PFLJL, Mr. Owen Hill, just before we close the show. So stick and stay with us right here on the Family Station. You are tuned to Sports Talk. We'll be right back.
Every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on Love 101, you're invited to listen to The Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie. There is life beyond the surface, life that is divine, life that is eternal, and you can hear the truth of God's word and go deeper in purpose. Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie, Sundays 2:30 to 3 p.m. on the Family Station, Love 101.
The biggest show in town, and you know how it goes. You have got to be in the number when the best dressed chicken fun in the sun is keeping. Saturday, April 20th at the National Stadium, 10 a.m. in the Stadium Car Park and National Arena. Come for the freeness, free eye check, free dental check, free general health check, free. Fun in the sun, children and bike show out of this world, me heart. Nervous like what? Just pay for the food at the food court and you're good. Then the stadium gates will open at 2 p.m. for the big concert at 4 p.m. where the niceness continues. Love 101 FM, the Family Station, is all about family, fun, food, and the message of love and spreading the word of God. Come see Kirk Franklin, Toby Mack, Kevin Downswell, Jermaine Edwards, Petra K, and more. It a go nice, it a go shot, it a go turn up. So come on over to the National Stadium, Saturday, April 20th, sunny day, in the best dressed chicken fun in the SON.
Oh God. There's no one like you who gave their life like you, and who paid our price like you. Say there's only one God.
Get ready for another fun-filled time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jakal Dyer. It's Friday, April 19th. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with the Morning Coffee Pick-Me-Up Devotional at 6 a.m. And then at 7 a.m., it's Fun Friday! And we'll be joined by Crystal Day, renowned book coach and award-winning Times best-selling author of 9 books, who will speak to us on how to become kingdom entrepreneurs. At 8:30 a.m. inside The Healthy Way, we discuss achalasia, a disorder of the esophagus. And at 9:30, we wrap things up with something more, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us this Millennial Friday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the Family Station, Love 101.
It's all right, just... It's the biggest show in town, and you know how it goes. You have got to be in the number when the best dressed chicken fun in the sun is keeping. Saturday, April 20th at the National Stadium, 10 a.m. in the Stadium Car Park and National Arena. Come for the freeness, free eye check, free dental check, free general health check, free. Fun in the sun, children and bike show out of this world, me heart. Nervous like what? Just pay for the food at the food court and you're good. Then the stadium gates will open at 2 p.m. for the big concert at 4 p.m. where the niceness continues. Love 101 FM, the Family Station, is all about family, fun, food, and the message of love and spreading the word of God. Come see Kirk Franklin, Toby Mack, Kevin Downswell, Jermaine Edwards, Petra K, and more. It a go nice, it a go shot, it a go turn up. So come on over to the National Stadium, Saturday, April 20th, sunny day, in the best dressed chicken fun in the SON.
Oh God. There's no one like you who gave their life like you, and who paid our price like you. Say there's only one God.
ready for another inspiring time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jakal Dyer, Monday, April 22. Listen throughout the show for tips on how to become the best version of who you are in the future Becoming You. Then grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with the Morning Coffee Pick-Me-Up Devotional at 6 a.m. Cruise with love on your radio at 7 a.m. inside Drive Time Jennings with great music to lift your day. At 8:30 a.m. inside The Healthy Way, we discuss anxiety attacks. And at 9:30, we wrap things up with something more, brought to you by the First Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us. Let's pick me up Monday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Make sure your body on book.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Unable to connect back with the CEO of the PFLJL, Owen Hill, but pretty sure he will be able to join us another time on the show. As you know, I wanted to talk to him about some other things, like I see him sporting a Treasure Beach jersey. You know, how can individuals get jerseys as they rep the different teams in the Premier League? This for us is football at its best. I honestly believe that the PFLGL is doing a fantastic job as it relates to marketing the Premier League. I do remember last year going to some of the matches, and trust me, people turned out for the different games, and I'm sure they'll be looking forward to, if not similar, greater support from the public as it relates to these playoffs. Want to say kudos to the teams that would have the top 6 teams that would have made it to the playoffs: Cavalier, Mount Pleasant, Waterhouse, Tivoli Gardens, Portmore United, and Arnett Gardens. And of course, we look forward to the very exciting games that will come out. If you're close by, wanted to give you the venues that the games were gonna take place at. But of course, as I said, you can follow the Premier League page for that sort of information. Of course, the tickets for the playoffs, they're available at events.qapid.com. And of course, as I said, you can buy your season ticket, so you don't have to wait. You can purchase quarterfinals ticket. You can purchase the 5-game season pass. And of course, there are tickets for adults and tickets for children. So if you want to carry the children along to see these playoffs game, don't hesitate to do so. So we look forward to getting more updates from Owen Hill, and of course to see how the season, or these 30 days of magical local football will take place. So we're looking forward to that. All right. So, as I said, still lots and lots of things to look forward to in terms of the different sporting activities coming up. I would have said the Shanghai Diamond League, that's coming up next week, Saturday. So we'll have the results for you in next week's Saturday show. And just, the West Indies women, they'll take on Pakistan tonight, Jamaica time. So we're looking forward to that as well. And just overall, just a great competitions. The track and field season really has kicked off, and we're now in Olympic preparation mode. The Olympic, in terms of getting Olympic standards, maybe next week we can explore the different disciplines and the Olympic standards for the different disciplines, to see what our athletes would be chasing. Of course, the Olympic standards, in terms of qualification, that happens, you can do that or qualify up to June 30, which is just around where our national championship will take place, because it will take place from June 28 to June 30. So just when persons get to the trials is when it is time to qualify for the Olympics or to gain the qualifying mark. So they'll have to bring their best game or best jump or best hop skip to the national trials. So yeah, that's it for Sports Talk today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do this every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend.